What I wish I knew at 20 instead of 30. The real raw truth. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Shorty Logic podcast, where we indulge in the messiness of reality and hold nothing back. If you're tired of sugar-coated conversations, you've found your tribe. Join us every Monday at 8:00 p.m. Eastern, 7:00 p.m. Central, for discussions that challenge your perspective and push boundaries. From controversial topics to holding ourselves accountable, we dive deep into the bold and the brave. Laugh, cry, and get real with us. So hit that subscribe button, share with your friends, and let's get uncomfortable together. See you Monday nights. Don't just listen, join the conversation. Shorty Logic Podcast, where truth gets real.
What up, everyone? This is Shorty Logic Podcast. I'm Shorty Logic, your CEO all day long, every day. Here are my co-hosts and guests. Want to introduce yourselves?
How y'all doing? This is Blessed. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know who I am.
How y'all doing? This is Night Bright, travel agent / chef.
Yeah, right. Dr. Saheed, man, I've been hanging out with Shorty lately, man. So, what's up, everybody? You feel me?
So, y'all, we've been out of, off the people line for a little while. Now we back in full effect, get back on everybody's timeline. Let them know we still here, kicking in, coming in every week, and we're going to start coming real hard. So, we have two topics in tonight's show. Tonight will be pretty short. It all depends on how the conversation goes. So, let's go ahead and start with the first time to roll.
Does dating someone mean that you talk to them every day? And when I say dating, I mean seriously dating. Maybe boyfriend, girlfriend, or about to be, but not necessarily husband and wife or engaged yet. Do you talk to them every day? And if not, how often and how frequent is required? I'd love to know.
Well, first of all, there's no requirement. However, if you're into that person, you're going to want to talk to them every day.
That's true.
If I'm into you, I'm going to show you the interest, because if you start out showing me interest and you slack off, do I need to tell you what's going to happen?
You won't be your hands like it, or you going to be like,
listen, I'm going to start entertaining someone else, because I ain't got time to play with nobody's kids.
Man, you going to switch up on him like that?
If he's not showing me the interest that I feel like I deserve, then he's going to, it ain't no switching up. He already know what it is from the beginning. Because I'm going to let it be known. The same energy you get me with is the same one you're going to keep me with. That's just how I get that.
Consistency.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. What you got, Night Bright?
It depends. Some people, some days they just don't want to be bothered with nobody.
Yeah. It could be like that.
Yeah.
I can see not wanting to be bothered with nobody, but at the same time, it's like you can shoot a text and be like, I was just thinking about you. Today's not the day, you know what I'm saying? I need some time to myself, but I was thinking about you, and keep it pushing. But at least you did reach out.
Yeah.
That is true.
And it feels good to be wanted, you know what I'm saying, for somebody to reach out. You know what I'm saying? And piggybacking off Night Bright, it just, you never know, man. They got this new word now, life be life, or this term or this phrase, life be life. So it might happen for a second. Like, I'm really not trying to avoid you, not mess with you. Like, I'm trying to stay strong so I can continue with you. You know what I'm saying? I might need that space, you know what I'm saying, to do what I need to do.
Yeah, I feel like that. Like I said, I'm all about it. I'm thinking about if I'm on your mind, during that day. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to talk to you 5 times a day. You know what I'm saying? If I text you 8:00 in the morning, and you respond, we talk back and forth right there. Now, if you don't hit me back later until about 10 o'clock, cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, though, I just want to know if I'm on your mind, because I want someone to, take the second of that time. That time. I can get it right. Get a time. Take that time and just get it and send me a text message. That's all I want. You know, say hi, fuck you, or something. You know.
Yeah. Let me know you okay, especially if you're the type of person that consistently calls me or texts me every day. Then all of a sudden you start trickling off, and maybe you didn't text me at all that day, or you didn't call me for 2 days. Your mind's going to start to wonder, because it's like, okay, so is something wrong with you? Did something happen? You know, you never know, especially in this day and age. So I mean, it doesn't hurt to shoot a text back as soon as you can. I mean, and I know you may not be able to do it at that moment. But just let me know later on, hey, I got your message, and, you know, I'll get to you later, or just hit me back that day to let me know you still breathing, and, you know, you thought about me. That's all I'm saying.
I feel you on that, though. It made me think about what you said earlier, though, that kind of, you know, that consistency, like, you kind of got me going in a certain kind of way, that all the attention, right? And then when you back up off it, I can see you saying, like, what's going on?
What's going on?
Like, well, you know, but I guess now you should be that person that I should be able to talk to about.
Exactly. Because if you're with that person, you're dealing with that person, you really putting your feelings and your, even if you're not there yet, but you're putting your time into that person, you're investing time. I feel like if you're investing time in me and I'm investing time in you, then you should be able to talk to me, and I should be the type of person you want to talk to. Because if I'm not the type of person that you feel like you can even vent to or talk to, then what are we really doing?
I'm like this here. You know, I made a reel about, you know, about texting. You know, my mind like this with the Dirty Diana, Michael Jackson. You know, she don't text me back. You know, I'm like, my mind's wondering what she's doing, who she's talking to. You know, if she lost interest. You know, what's happening? Let me know. You know,
it could just be a rough day. You know,
that's true.
And it could just be one of those days. You know, if y'all seen that movie, what is that damn movie we just watched?
Straw.
Now that's a bad day.
Long bad day.
That's a bad day.
Calling nobody. But yeah, you know, you never know what a person's going through and what type of day they having. So I mean, I'm pretty sure they'll get back to you eventually, as long as they reach out to me that day. You know, hit me a text and, you know, I'll talk to you. You can text me and say, you know what, I'll hit you tomorrow. Today's not a good day. I'll hit you tomorrow. But you responded to me. You let me know that you did see it. That's all I'm asking for. I'm not saying be all in my DMs and just blowing on my phone. I'm not saying that. I'm saying let me know you're okay. If you need to talk, I'm here. Whatever the situation is, you know.
So is that like the response that you would probably give? Just say a person hasn't responded. Like, and I'm having a problem. And 2 text messages go by, or 3. You know what I'm saying? What is the natural response for a woman then?
Me personally, I try to only speak for me, because I don't think like most women.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say this. If 2 or 3 texts go by and you're not responding, then the first thing on my mind is, okay, so is he okay? First, I'm not going to jump to a conclusion first. I'm going to say, is this person okay? Maybe they're going through something. But then I'm also going to be like, if after that 3rd text, maybe an hour or 2 go by and you still not saying nothing, then I'm going to be on some, well, damn. I mean, like, did something happen that I don't know about? Then your mind gets to wondering, because you like, okay, put it like this. Say you don't text me back, but then I look on Facebook and your lights lit up, so I know you're on there. So now we got a problem. Because now you could have responded to me. Because if you get there, if you on Facebook scrolling, you could have hit me back with a text.
Hey, Facebook be lying sometimes.
They do. It do, because sometimes you could be, Fred, you could maybe right now. You be on Facebook and it says that there's green light. Hours don't go by, but you ain't been on it, but it's still telling people you're on.
That's true. I don't hear people hit me up, be like, "Why are you on Facebook? Shouldn't you be in bed?" I wake up the next morning like,
you know what I'm saying?
I was knocked the hell out. I don't know what you're talking about right now. So it do be lying. But I mean, I'm just telling you how we naturally think.
Yeah. I feel you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we naturally think. It might not even be right, but that's what we think.
Yeah, all right.
And don't send somebody a text and you can see where they read it and you still not responding.
Man,
you on all these problems.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, you got to remove that from your phone. If you got a phone with that on, get that off.
Because you read my stuff and you still ain't responding. Now we got a whole conversation we going to have.
Oh, that pisses me off. Hey, y'all, guess what? YouTube, 1,500 views right now. Live.
That's right. Keep it coming.
Boy, you spanking shorter. Spank him shorter. Yeah.
Hey, we got to go ahead to the next video.
Okay.
Let me explain something to you. If a man really values you, he's not going days without talking to you. That's not going to happen. Unless it's something that is completely out of his control. He in the military or something and they on a top secret mission or something, like something that's completely out of his control. But a man who's just waking up and going to sleep every day freely and, you know, moving as he wills, no. If that man values you, he gonna want to know what's going on with you every single day. Even if it's a quick conversation. It ain't gotta be hours on the phone every day. A quick conversation. Hey, I just wanted to check on you, make sure you was cool, man. Make sure you don't need anything. You know, cool, hey, I got this going on. I got this meeting. I gotta be here. I gotta be there. But hey, before I get into any of that, I just want to make sure that you're good. Like, that's what real interest looks like.
Yeah, that was
right there.
She got that. She won that one right there. It was,
He just said what I said word for word.
Yeah, he did. He said exactly everything you said.
He threw me off. He went left with the military. Though I was like,
no, said, but I get what he's saying though. You know,
I get it, but you know,
coming from the military, you know, what I'm saying
there's
times you overseas. You know, what I'm saying it was like it was because I was there for that one. I went over there for a year. And, you know, of course, I was with special forces and everything, so blackout. No communication in and out for 5 months. 5 months.
I get it. So I'll let him have it. But I mean, he said what I said word for word. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just an extreme measure. You know, like it's really something going on that I can't get back to the military. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I understand that. I'm learning something. You know what I'm saying? You really got to give that effort, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it need to be there. You know, it helps.
Yeah.
It does.
Mind and emotion, it helps.
Yeah, it's important because I feel like in life we make time for the things we want to make time for. If it's special to us, we find a way to make time for it.
Always. Everybody make time for what they want,
and that's it.
Is there a break? Break. You know, times when we kind of just I need a little space, but it ain't
okay. But say that.
Like it's not at all a break of space. Just let me get a little woosah in real quick, and then.
But say that you can call me the night before and be like, you know what? I just feel like I need some time to myself tomorrow. I may not reach out to you, but know that I'm thinking about you. Oh, say less.
Smoke you. Real
clear communication.
Hey, that's all.
Because you communicate.
I'll be right back,
y'all. So that goes into being honest and transparent.
You know you can do that. I was scared as hell.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Transparency is everything. I'm the type of person. Be transparent with me. Let me decide how I want to move forward. So tell me, like, listen, I got some things going on and I need to work it out. And I'm okay with that because I'm human like you human. So let me know that, you know, I just got some things that I need to get out. I need to go. I need a moment. I need a woosah moment. I need to go pray about it. I need me time. I can respect that. But don't just ghost me. I don't respect the ghosting. But I do respect the fact that you need time.
Right.
Because it's going to be times I need time. And I'm going to let you know, but like, hey, listen, today just ain't the day. I'll text you later. I'll call you later. You know,
I'm pulling up. You better not. What is going on? What is over? Who's over? About to pull up.
That part.
Yeah. No, I'm not. But it's real. If people can really do that, that's great. A lot of people don't really do it. That simple, like that's real simple. It's understandable.
Very simple.
But people don't know, sir. It is something going on.
And you know what? It ain't that it's something going on. I think people have so many demons and they do so many things underneath that what they do is they reflect it onto you. Because at the end of the day, you might be doing some stuff you know damn well you ain't supposed to be doing, or you giving some attention somewhere you ain't got no business. So with that being said, as soon as I say that I don't feel like being bothered today, then instantly it's like, oh, what you doing? No, it's what you doing.
Yeah, that's a flag for me. Yeah. But I heard you though. Yeah, that's how people actually respond though.
Yeah, and we pay attention as women.
And then sometimes it's hard for people to be honest.
Okay.
But it shouldn't be.
Sugarcoat.
But it shouldn't be. You know
it
what?
shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be hard to be honest, because here's the thing: as a grown-ass woman, I am determined that I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do, and you're going to accept it or you're not. That's me. That's why I say I'm very, very different. So I'm like this. I'm going to tell you straight up, because before anything, I feel like I'm grown as hell. And either you're going to accept what I'm saying or you're not. It's only one or two things you can do. You're going to shit or get off the pot, and I'm going.
What she say?
Gotcha, bitch.
No, that's just how I am. Anybody that knows me knows that. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to, you can ask him. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is, when it is, and then I'm going to wait for your rebuttal. Yeah. We can have a conversation about it, because I don't have to do all that arguing. We can have a conversation about it, and we can agree to disagree.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to lie.
It shows, I don't even want to use the word maturity, because that was like past maturity, right? But Nightbright had said something about people with the lack of communication skills. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is a blessing that there are some people that can do what you do, right? But for some reason, some people can't do it. It won't even come out. Like, it's something they've been through, their trauma, whatever. It won't even allow them to present that, because they mind diffuses them, and it's going to be a conflict. It could be a conflict.
Yeah.
I'm in fear of what is going to come out this person's mouth when I tell them this. Sometimes we let things go on.
Right.
We let things go on. They shouldn't, you know what I'm saying?
So I say, go ahead.
I'd rather know the truth and then have an option to deal with it.
There you go.
Than being told a lie.
Exactly.
It's up to me. You told me what it was. It's up to me to deal with it or don't deal with it.
Exactly. Like I said, shit to get off the pot. Either you're going to deal with it or you're not. Yeah. I don't have a gray area. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I'm either over here or I'm over there. I'm either happy. I'm like real happy, or I'm like a Taurus. Just keep it there. So
stubborn as hell.
Damn, Jordan.
Stubborn as hell.
But I don't bullshit anybody. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but I'm not going to be rude either. Because at the end of the day, we grown and we can talk to each other. I don't believe in talking at people. I believe in talking to you. So I'm going to let you know exactly how I feel. And I'm going to give you the option of whether you want to deal with me or not. And I'm okay with that. Because I came in here by myself and I ain't got no problem leaving by myself. But at the end of the day, that's just the type of woman I am.
Yeah.
All right.
What you saying? Scary.
I wish men would be more transparent. Yeah. I don't know what it is about the transparency. Why y'all so scared to be transparent? I feel like it's if you don't feel like you can do it in the daytime with everybody watching, don't do it behind closed doors, because what happens in the dark will come to light, and y'all need to understand it. So at the end of the day,
people, we'll just say people need to understand it.
People need to understand. I'm not gonna say
let's say people need to understand that. Let's say women and men need to understand that.
Yeah, I just can't sit there and say, "Oh, just let men take."
Okay, didn't I just correct myself? I just corrected myself. I'm gonna say people. Let's say people in general. Whether it's stuck in spot or hanging, I don't give a damn. People. What I'm saying is, start being transparent. If you don't want, if you can't do it, if you're ashamed of it, and you wouldn't do it again, or you wouldn't want it done to you, then don't do it. Because most things is done in the dark do come to light. And then I don't want to hear, well, woulda, coulda, shoulda, if, and. I'm not hearing none of those.
Woo.
None of them.
I don't know what it is, but people have a real issue with not being able to take the things that they can dish out.
Exactly.
Man,
exactly.
What? I get you. I can tell you I don't like these things. I hate them, but I end up doing them to you though. But but it's get heavy sometimes, man.
Listen, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. That's what my grandmama used to say.
But they'll put a stop to that. It should be.
Nah, you stop the ones that let you stop them. I'm grown. Ain't nobody stopping shit. So I'm gonna tell you, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Either if you treat me a certain way, I'm gonna treat you better. If you try to dog me, I'm gonna pick up the doggy shit and smear it on you. Ain't no way in hell I'm gonna let you just do me any kind of way. Right. And the crazy part about me is I'm the type of person is, if I ask you a question, believe I already did my research. Believe it, you can call me what you want. But believe I already did my research, and I'm gonna probably already answer your question before you can get the lie out. I'm gonna tell you. I'm even gonna tell you who you're doing it.
When you start asking questions, somebody in trouble.
Yeah. And everybody know me know it. If I start asking you questions, I already know the answer. So please don't lie, because if you lie, it's gonna go left.
What about them people who get offended when you ask certain questions?
But that's on them. Let me tell you something, and I hate to say this, but I'm gonna say it. People that get offended when you ask them questions, that's a them problem. That's not a you problem. Now, like I said, you can talk to people and not be rude, but at the end of the day, if you ask them a question, especially if it's something that's going to affect you, if it's going to affect your well-being, or like, for instance, some people are scared to ask people, who are you sleeping with? I'm not, because at the end of the day, that's my life. If something happened where a condom break and some stuff get up in me, ain't supposed to be up in me, we don't have a whole problem. So I don't have a problem asking them questions. And you got to ask the hard questions, because anybody that don't want you to ask those hard questions or can't answer them, you better watch out and run from them anyway. It's all about transparency. That's how I feel. It has to be transparent, because they're dealing with your life as well as their own life. So you have to ask those hard questions. So if somebody gets offended, because you ask them a hard question, then it's like, I shouldn't even be here anyway, because that should let you know that their mind ain't where they should be anyway, or they're probably doing some little silly stuff on the side anyway. Because anybody that really want to deal with you should be able to answer those questions. If they really dealing with you like that.
Be no room for no games, huh, man?
There is no room for no games. You want to play games, and I find you need to go find your children.
Not sure.
Okay, man.
Hey.
Keeping it real, man. What it said, keeping it real. Keeping
it real, hey.
Y'all see what that say right there? Let's keep it cute. That's exactly how I feel at all times.
Cute. But hey, I say this, like I said, transparency is good. Also, I like to talk to the person. I like to talk. So anyway, okay. I like to talk. You know what I'm saying? So I the person I'm dealing with, I like to talk to them. You know what I'm saying? At least hear from them. Whatever. It's just me. I feel like you should be able to talk to that person every single day. I feel like it shouldn't go a day unless something's really going on. I don't think it should be a day you should not hear from that person. You don't have to. It don't have to be 4 or 5 times in that day. I will like it, but if you don't, because some people got to work, people got a job that they can't have phones, so I mean, it all depends. But as long as you hear from that person that day, is cool. I think it's wrong if you go a whole day, whole 24 hours, and not hear from that person.
Yeah, like I said, the good morning. So you can just shoot me good morning. I know you. I know you around. Or good night. Something like that. I had a bad day. I didn't talk to you today, but I'm still thinking about you. Good night. It's still communication at the end of the day, and that's the biggest thing: communication. And you got to hold yourself accountable. You got to hold yourself accountable for the way you move and the way you treat people. You have to, because karma's a bitch, and she ain't prejudiced. She gets on anybody's ass. So with that being said, you don't want nobody treating you no type of way unless you're ready to get that back.
All day long. So with that being said, hey, she took that. You can't say nothing behind that. So we can go ahead to our second topic, which I think is really big and it really needs to be talked about. Bullying. Bullying. What are there? I want to get everybody's perspective before we go for the next video. I want to get everybody's perspective of what is some of the effects of from kids being bullied, and even adults bullying other adults. What's your thoughts on it? Let's start with Doc first.
Well, bullying, man, is traumatizing. You know what I'm saying, and it can cause different levels of trauma, right? It can put people in shells.
Yeah.
It can allow people to have build-up of emotion, man. One day they just come and bloop out and just shoot up everybody or hurt everybody, right? It can allow people to be vindictive and kind of conniving a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because they feel like they can't go straight up and get you. So they like, you hurt me, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get you, you know what I'm saying? So bullying, man, is dead wrong. Like, I don't think nobody should be bullying nobody. But it happens in relationships, you know what I'm saying? Male and female, you even get bullied. We got stuff on the media right now. I ain't gonna bring no names and nothing like it up who's dealing with what, but people are getting bullied, you know what I'm saying, in different situations. You know what I'm saying? People have different narcissistic characteristics or controlling characteristics or even abandonment characteristics. Like, I just feel like I got to have you, you know what I'm saying? And that's a slight form of bullying, you know what I'm saying? You're just going to make somebody be there at any given time, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think we should be having bullying, but you know, sometimes it's unconscious too. You know what I'm saying? You might come from a background that you have to have a strong demeanor, and you want things to consistently go your way.
Right.
And but you know, that goes back to, you know, getting to, you need to know who you is, right? And know the people you're dealing with, right? And the one word that y'all been using on this show, the boundaries, you know what I'm saying? You got to get into the boundaries, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to respect other people's boundaries. And if you do that, you know, you can alleviate some bullying, but you still might want your way though.
Right. What's your perspective, Ms. Bliss?
You know how I feel about bullying. I can't stand a bully. I cannot stand it. I was always the one in school that was taken up for the bullies. I can't stand it because you first have to dig deeper. And I get it. I get it that most bullies, I'm going to say most bullies, they come from abusive backgrounds. You don't know if they've been molested, they done been hurt in some form or fashion. So as they grow up, they take on the bullying just for protection of themselves a lot of times. So for instance, let's say you got a child that was hurt or abused or tormented or anything that was going on with that child, and they felt like they wasn't being protected. They might have got beat up every day after school, got their lunch money taken, whatever it is. Then by the time they get to middle school, when they've been beat on so much, they don't learn how to fight. So guess what they do? They turn into the bully. A lot of times the bully, the one being bullied, turns into the bully. So with that being said, they have no conscience. They're like, oh, this was done to me. Nobody protected me, so why should I care about them? And it's horrible. It's really horrible. But at the end of the day, I feel like as people, especially as adults, if you see a child that's acting different, or pay attention to your children, first of all. If you see your children acting funny and they doing weird stuff and they standoffish and they doing things they never done before, pay attention and ask questions. You got to ask questions. What's going on? Tell me something. Is somebody messing with you? Is somebody harassing you? You have to ask these type of questions, and it is a hard conversation to have, and you might have to pull teeth to get it out of them because they don't want to feel like snitches. See, this world we live in today is so different from the one that we grew up in. We didn't have all this. Yeah, you had your schoolyard bullies, but hell, you kick them in the balls and run or whatever and keep on, and you live another day. These bullies nowadays, they shooting up schools, they going and shooting up their own parents, then shooting up the school. It's the different world. It's a very different world. But I feel like with bullies, I can't stand it. I can't stand it because my daughter was bullied in school, so I get it. Like, she wouldn't go to the cafeteria in high school. She didn't want to eat breakfast. She didn't want to eat lunch. She would sit in the counselor's office. I get it. So I know all about bullying. Me personally, I was never the type that growing up that I was never ever a bully, and I was never bullied. Because at the end of the day, if you wanted that action, you can get it. I just came from a big family. It was just that serious. I hate to say it like that, but you wasn't gonna bully me. You could say a couple things to me, and I'll be like, all right, whatever. But you wasn't gonna bully me. Because after that third time, you was probably gonna get on this dirt. But that everybody's not like that. Everybody's not raised like that to be strong. A lot of people just are timid. They're into themselves. They done had so much stuff happen to them that they don't know how to reach out and ask for help. So with that being said, everybody has to pay attention at the people around you, because I've seen situations where adults get bullied and I don't like it. And I will speak up on it. I don't like it. I don't care who you are. But we do have people that have turned into bullies, and they don't even know. Sometimes I don't even think they know they're bullying. I think they just think, oh, this is me. This is how I am. This is how I act. Yeah. But that's not okay. If you're put it like this. If you are treating somebody a certain type of way and you can tell it bothers them or it makes them go into a shell, then you need to redirect your attention and focus on what you're doing wrong. Because if that was your child, the way you're treating that person, would you like somebody to treat your child like that? And how would you respond if you seen your child being treated the way you're treating them? You got to put yourself in that position sometimes. Because there's no way in hell. I done seen some things, honey. I pray it was me. I don't deal with that type of stuff. But people know, and I feel like as human beings, we teach people how to treat us.
Always.
So if you're walking around timid, you're a target. when you walking around with that face, where you know that face your grandmama made, where you could just stop the show by looking, they'll know. Because as soon as they go to saying something slick, you're gonna hit them with that face. Like, who is you talking to? Because I'm your huckleberry. I'm the one. They not gonna mess with you no more. If you walking around and they saying little slick shit and you just kind of cowering, you a target. They gonna get you every single time. They gonna get you. I had to tell my daughter. I can remember when my oldest daughter was bullied. My oldest daughter was bullied too. My youngest and my oldest. And when my oldest daughter, she just kept going to school every day, and the girl just kept doing stuff, taking her money, doing all kind of crazy stuff. I kept saying, let me tell you something. She's only a bully when she's around people. I said, get her ass in that bathroom by herself.
Wet ass out.
And light her up. And she was like, no, mama, no, mama. She came home from school one day. I promise before the Lord. She came home from school. She said, Mama, you're right. She said, that girl kept bullying me. She said, we was in the bathroom and she said something slick to me and her friends walked out and it was just her. She said, I threw my books down, turned around and balled up my fist. She said she cowered in that corner and was like, I'm sorry, I was just playing. I said, oh, she was just playing when it was her by herself. I said, that's how you know right there. That's one of them girls that probably been bullied or touched or something weird. And her only attention is aggression. So that's what she did. She was aggressive to you because she felt like you wasn't going to say anything. And you hadn't been saying anything. So when she was around the crowd, you were her target because you was taking it. As soon as you got her ass by herself and got her in that corner, it was all bets was off. And that's what you got to do to a bully. You got to call their bluff card sometimes.
Oh, yeah. No, that's not sometimes. Hey, you got to call it all the time. Go ahead and nip it in the bud.
You got to nip it in the bud.
Nip it in the bud. Night Bright, what you got, Night Bright?
Bullying is a bad cycle. Some people could be bullied at home then from their parents, so they bully people at school. Some people just, don't know how to communicate. So that's the only attention they get.
Yeah. And
sometimes, like my kids go to a predominant school, different schools, especially around where we stay at. There's not that many Black people. So nowadays, rap has made it okay to say the word nigger. So the word, it comes out. So that was like, okay, is that a form of bullying? I was like, they're just kind of used to saying it around their culture to each other.
Yeah, okay. Not really, yeah.
But it's not okay for them to say it around mine. But, rap has made it a word that is okay. They glorify it. Yes. And then, even TV has glorified bullying. Like Bad Girls Club. The baddies. It's okay to be a bully, a mean girl.
That is true. And like I said, music is the big influence. TV is the big influence, especially like I said, Bad Girls. So that's national, so that's going to show everywhere. So that's teaching the Gen X and whatever way what the fuck call it. It's okay to do that, but it's not. But in the day, nip that shit in the bud. But we're gonna go ahead to the first video when it comes to this.
What really blows my mind when there's adults that are out here acting like children. There's adults out here that are bullying other adults. It's insane, but yet you're trying to teach your kids to do the right thing. You know what really blows?
Woo! You got.
I just said that. I just seen it. Yeah.
You got them adults trying to teach your kids do the right thing, but you the one out here bullying other people.
Looking like Whole Foods. And those are them are the ones right there. They get called to the school and your kid is already disrespectful as hell because obviously you're disrespectful as hell because you're a bully in your life. So your children watch that. So they move how you move. So then when they're at school and they cutting the food and then the teacher's like, well, I'm calling your mother. I don't care, call her. She gonna whoop you when she get here. That's that crazy foolishness. But that's how it is nowadays. Yep. That's how it is nowadays. It's crazy.
Just you can't like the cycles keep going. It just, I never, saying hypothetically, I wasn't taught how to be this way or act this way. So I'm gonna teach my son to act the same way. Basically, they're gonna see, see the exact thing in me. So they're gonna mimic it what I did.
Is your gotcha bitch broke? I can't hear you. What is that? What is that?
What?
Y'all don't hear it?
No. What you hear?
I don't know. It's some weird stuff going on my stuff.
What you got going on? Let's see.
I don't know.
Let's see what you got.
I'm gonna record it. I'm telling you.
I'll play that.
So y'all telling me y'all didn't hear something saying "got you bitch" about 1,000 times?
No.
But I heard right at the end, some said, "Is your got your bitch broke?" or something like that.
She said,
"No, I ain't talk like that."
I said, "Oh my god, what's going on over there?"
Listen, I don't know what happened.
Is that bullying? No.
Listen, I don't know what happened, but like somebody tried to like call me and it didn't go through. And all of a sudden it just kept saying, "Gotcha, bitch, gotcha, bitch." I'm like, oh God, they stalking me. Jesus.
Gang stalking. Yeah, gang stalking.
Oh shoot.
No.
I got another video, y'all.
How being bullied affects your adulthood. Did you know that childhood bullying can leave scars that last well into adulthood? It's not just about painful memories, it can impact your confidence, relationships, and even your career. Many adults who were bullied struggle with anxiety, self-doubt, and trusting others. But here's the good news: healing is possible. Seeking support, practicing self-compassion, and learning to set boundaries can help you reclaim your confidence and thrive. Your past doesn't define your future. Your healing journey starts now. Don't forget to like.
Keyword. Key things is you have to identify the issue, identify something is wrong, and start the process of the healing. And it's too much resources out here to not get the help you need.
Yeah. There's this word, man, and it kind of piggybacks a little bit with what Miss Bless has said about when you a victim and then you become the victimizer. These things just it's environmental, right? So it becomes normal. It becomes normal. Like I know some families that, man, these people, like they gonna embarrass you, right? They gonna joke you all the way out. They gonna bully you. They gonna do, and all these things is like natural and it's funny. And they even got like techniques when you get upset and try to defend yourself. They got ways to try to say like, "Nah, we just playing and we just joking and too serious. You take it somewhere else." But you can't really tell me how I felt at that moment. You know what I'm saying? And how it feels in front of other people when you treat me like that. And so it's like bullying got dynamics to it. You know what I'm saying? So it can affect you in many kind of ways. It can make you become the bully, right? Or as it talked about in the video, like it causes, this shell or this shyness, right? Or this timidness is the word we used earlier, right? It can just push you in a space, right? Or it can make you a very dangerous person. It can affect you for a very long time, bro. Like the conversation earlier about, it's just like a defense mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You've been bullied so much, you learn the method of, well, don't nobody mess with the bully.
Right.
I be getting bullied. So what if I became the bully? I see some of the benefits that the bully get. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I use that to help me survive through these obstacles that I face in my home life and even in my community. You know what I'm saying? But bullying, man, it's traumatizing. It's harmful. You know what I'm saying?
But it's always start from somewhere.
Yes, sir.
Always start from somewhere.
Yep. And then some people, once they get power, they feel like they can use their power, authority, just because they're supervisors or managers or upper
police
management. Upper management, anything like that. They try to be like, oh, okay, I could bully. I remember all these people used to bully me. Now I feel like I'm in control of them.
I feel like 70% of police officers used to be bullied. Especially the aggressive ones, the ones that looking for a reason to mess somebody up. I really feel like a lot of them have been bullied because once they get a little bit of authority, they go crazy.
Yeah, I can see that.
I can definitely see that.
I can see that. We got another video. We got 2 more videos, and The other two is still on about bullying, because bullying is a big thing right now. Even just it's in America period right now. It's all over social media. There's news about it right now. People seeing it happening in person. So it's good that we have to talk about, have a platform to talk about it.
Right.
Let's go.
Now, a long-term study has revealed that the mental scars of bullying are still detectable 40 years after the bullying itself. And this research comes from the British National Child Development Study, which included 7,771 children born during a particular week in 1958. When these children were 7 and 11 years old, their parents were asked if they were still being bullied. The results show that 28% were bullied occasionally and 15% were being bullied frequently. These children were followed up until they were 50 years old. The study's lead author said that our study shows that the effects of bullying are still visible nearly 4 decades later. The impact of bullying is persistent and pervasive and has an effect on mental and physical health. Social and economic consequences were also long-lasting for the victims of the bullying. So there's a lifelong impact of the bullying. The effects of being bullied were seen across a wide range of psychological measures as well, including a higher risk of depression, anxiety and suicidal thoughts, poorer cognitive functioning, lower quality of life, lower life satisfaction, less likelihood of being in a relationship. The study accounted for factors such as IQ, childhood behavioral and emotional problems, family wealth, and parental involvement. So those factors were accounted for. So those seem to be consequences directly of the bullying. When we help our clients get over the effects of bullying, wonderful changes start to happen for them, like putting down a terrible, invisible burden.
So yeah, I know that was a mouthful right there, but when I seen this right there, I ended up doing some research on that, and because I wanted to know like more about it. And this particular video, and the reason I got this video is this is actually recent. February 2nd, 2025, when they just came up with it, when they just found and did the research on this bullying thing. So everything he just said was actually facts.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but we all see it. We know that it can emotionally destroy you. We know it changes your character. You know it builds depression. You know it makes you have low self-esteem. Of course it does. When you got somebody tearing you down all the time, every day for no reason, and you can't figure out why, there's people harassing you and picking on you like that, of course it's going to tear you down. Of course it's going to give you anxiety and depression. Of course.
Yeah.
So I want to ask a question.
Ask the question.
And I want to put a title on somebody. The goddess of wisdom, right? Miss Bless, right? I want to ask you, if someone is traumatized in that manner, been bullied and have those long-term effects, and it's hard for them to really be themselves, maybe because of that. So back to the relationship part, right? If that was part of that, and this is one of the reasons why I'm not very communicative and even pulling back at times from the relationship, right? How do you deal with that person?
First of all, you got to have a partner that you have to be honest with. You have to let them know, I've been through this trauma. You're going to have that hard conversation. I've been through trauma. It may be hard to deal with me sometimes, but I want you to know where it's coming from. It's not you, and it's not because of you. But if you want to be with me, then you have to understand that this is a part of me. It's in me. Even though I'm working on it and I may need help to work on it, if you're willing to walk that walk with me, I'm willing to get help. Some people are willing to get help. Some people are not. But I feel like if you really are into that person and you care about that person, then you got to be able to stand by that person and understand that even though it's not you that created this mess, it is a part of me. It's in me. It's been put in me. So with that being said, if that person is willing to seek help and they ask for your help, then that's a person that know they have an issue and they're willing to work on it. So you got to be willing to open up your heart and open up yourself and say, you know what, if I do want to deal with you like that, and you are willing to take those steps, then I'm willing to be there for you. But everybody's not strong like that.
Right. And I was about before doctor.
And then it's true. Everybody is not strong like that. However, there are people out here that are strong, and they will try to help you. Now, if you're really going to do the work, ask for help, let them help you, and not fight them on everything that they're trying to help you with. Then that's a whole different situation. That's the conversation to be had, because that means you're really willing to do the work.
Right. And I was going, before Doc respond, I was going to say, because you said something, Ms. Bless, that about person forthcoming what's going
You have
on.
to be honest.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm speaking for some people out there, is some people are afraid of that rejection.
And I get it. But here's the thing, and I get that people are afraid of rejection. Trust me, I do. That's why you need to have those hard conversations when you start to. I'm not saying put all your business on Front Street as soon as you meet the person. What I'm saying is, when y'all start hanging out and you see that this could possibly be something, when you are having those conversations every day and you find yourself hanging up the phone and you smiling because you're like, oh, I can really see myself dealing with this person. That's when you say, you know what, before we go any further, before I get all my feelings wrapped up in it, can I have this conversation with you? Because you need to understand me. You need to know me.
Right.
And I want to know and understand you. Because the person you're dealing with, they might have their own trauma. So with that being said, have that conversation and say, listen, I hope this doesn't scare you away. But if it does, I understand. But I feel like I need to put it out there on the table, because there's things about me you're going to want to know, and there's things you need to know. Because at the end of the day, it might be times that I'm laughing and I'm having a great time. It might be times you walk in the door and I'm crying. But you need to understand what it is, and it's not you. So when you lay that on that table like that, it's either one or two things that person's going to do. They're going to understand, they're going to have empathy, and they're going to go ahead and be like, okay, I got you. I can do this. Or if they're not that strong enough to hold your weight in theirs, then they might be like, you know what? I had fun, but this is not for me. This is not where I am in my life. And that's okay too, because you got to be mature enough to be able to say, listen, it was great, but at the same time, I am me and I can't change me. I am who I am. I'm willing to work on me. But if you're not willing to be by my side while I work on me, that's okay too. There's somebody out there for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, and you speak a big mouthful right there. It is someone out there for everyone, but the type of person that say if someone's going through their issues, and also meet this person that they can see themselves with and try to have a conversation with a person. And in a lot of cases, and it's a big percentage of most people ain't that strong to handle.
And you know what, you're right. Most people aren't that strong, but I mean, there are people out here that are. Believe it or not, there are people out here that are.
They are. I can't lie, but there are people out there that's that strong, but it's not a lot.
But here's the thing: you don't need a lot. You don't need a lot. You just need that one.
Oh, that's true.
You just need that one. You don't need a lot. So when you do find that person that is down for you and is willing to take that chance with you, then treat that person like platinum. Don't treat them like gold. Treat them like platinum. Because at the end of the day, they're willing to be with you, deal with the stuff you're going through, and walk through life with you while you're going through the things you're going through. When you find that person, hold on to them like God gave them to you, hand delivered them himself. That's my whole thing, because we ask for things and we say these prayers about what we feel like we want. Then when we get it, we don't know how to treat it. And then I get so tired of hearing people say, oh, it ain't no good men, it ain't no good women in the world. I'm so tired of hearing that. The problem is you don't know how to pick them. You so busy looking at other things, the things that don't matter, like the ass and the hips and everything else, or whatever, what his income and all that stuff is. You're probably passing up the person you were supposed to be with.
I say that all the time.
That's the problem. We worry about the wrong damn thing. And then when you pray about a person and trying to get your right person, be very specific in your prayer. Because I get tired of people saying, I want a good man, but what a good man is to me might not be a good man to her.
True.
What I need might not be what she needs. So when you pray about these things, oh, I want a good woman. What kind of woman do you want? She might be a great woman. She might go to work every day. She might treat you like gold, but stay in the club. So, it's like, be very specific in your prayer. What type of woman do you want?
Hey, Doc, you look like you over there learning.
Hey, I appreciate the sister, man. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it like that. You know what I'm saying? I also think about, people who can't communicate that. You know what I'm saying? And I think about, how straightforward she is. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be wondering, like, if there are individuals that without me communicating that to you, you know what I'm saying, are you willing to still help me? You know what I'm saying? I can't get the word out or express it or articulate it. I've been through so much trauma. I don't even know how to receive this type of intimacy or love that you're trying to give out. Like, it damn near spooks me a little bit. So my mind just racing different situations, you know what I'm saying? But I'm thankful that we have, females like Miss Bless and Night Bright that will take the time to hear their opposite, you know what I'm saying, situations and willing to deal with it and put stuff out there, you know what I'm saying? And we doing a good thing for the community, man, giving people the options to think about different things. Like, you can say, man, it's too much for me, I just can't handle it. Or you ain't said nothing, you know what I'm saying? I've been waiting on I can build something with, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And then you got people who may be like, yeah, it is scary going past this level, but I'm willing to go with you. And how it turns out, I'm willing to rock with you. You
That's
might
right.
be my love, but it's cool. I'm gonna give it to you until you know what I'm saying that day comes, wherever, however. But this is real over here, and it can't be stopped by some minor things. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. But you got to be willing to walk with that person. But here's the thing: don't walk in front of them. Don't walk behind them. Hold their hand and walk beside them. That's the whole thing. You got to be willing to walk with them. And that's the whole problem, because some people will say, yeah, I got you, I'm there for you. But when it gets tough, when things get rough,
they ain't going to be there.
Where you go?
They be talking that talk.
So at the end of the day, if you're going to stick by my side and you're going to do the things you're going to do, if you're going to be consistent, then guess what? I'm going to be consistent. We're going to be consistent together, and we're going to make some things happen. But as soon as things get rough, or you feel like I done got a little loud or whatever, and you wasn't feeling it, if you can't just say, hey babe, you know what, let's bring it back, and let's go ahead and let's just calm down for a minute. I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. You go over there and do what you gonna do. Get on your phone, whatever make you happy, whatever get you calm. Because sometimes you got to be able to do that, because everybody get out of character every now and again. So with that being said, you got to be able to hold tight and be like, listen, I love you beyond you. So with that being said, go on and calm down. I got you. We gonna come back to this. We're gonna revisit it when you calm down. But you gotta be mature enough to do that. You gotta be mature enough to do that.
The key word is mature.
But then it's all about the people you pick. Because at the end of the day, if you keep picking people that's not mature enough to handle you, then guess who that is? That's a you problem.
That's facts.
That's always a you problem.
Everything, I don't care what it is, everything is an individual thing.
It is.
Everything's an individual. And then once you get the individual together, then you get the together things. Everything, you have to work yourself out. You have, like I say, end of the day, people are just not healed. Whatever the trauma is.
Yeah, for sure.
Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all that.
Absolutely. Nobody wants to walk around damaged. It's not fun being damaged. Right. It's not. There's no fun in being damaged. Everybody wants to have a healthy, prosperous life. If you don't, then there's something wrong with you upstairs, because who wants to walk around mentally destroyed and distraught all the time? I don't like being negative. I don't like all that negativity. I like to have fun and enjoy life. Life's too short. We're not promised 2 minutes from now. So with that being said, I don't have time. But every time I'm around you, you being negative for no reason. Like, you find negativity in the air. We can go out and have a good day, and it's like you get back home and you looking like you got the sour face. Now, what the hell? We just had a whole good day. But there's people out here like that. They look for drama. Like, what is wrong with you?
It's like, I can see that, because there's a lot of people out there, like you said, you have a good day, and then you get back home, then next thing you know, it's like, it couldn't be it. There's no issue. But that individual will find or create that issue.
Create an issue. Like, what happened from the car to the house?
Right.
Like, you stump your toe? What happened? Like, it's weird. But I know people like that. They can be out and they can, I'm having a good time. And as soon as you get out get in the car, they start getting quiet. By the time they get to the house, it's like, you got the sour face. Like, what the hell just happened to you? Nothing, I'm good. Like, who got time for that?
Not
I
that.
don't.
Not that. But yo, hey, this was a good show, y'all tonight, yo. Hey, this was Miss Bless show tonight, yo.
Miss
She
Bless.
had all the
She
words for
blessed
tonight,
us.
yo.
She
Everything was
did.
said
She
tonight
blessed us.
was on.
We thank you.
You know what I'm saying? It was Miss
Love
Bless
you.
show tonight, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, boy, yo, we
They miss
definitely.
me. They miss me. I'm back.
They missed
Hey, y'all see about 30 minutes ago? And I said on Spotify, you know, I got that live link back from Spotify, 6,700.
Okay, we'll take it. We'll take
You know what I'm
it.
saying? But
That's tonight. Yeah.
hey, yeah, hey, I want everybody to know we definitely about to do some, classes up here. Business classes, learning different things. We're gonna get some creditors, people coming on. We're gonna get different, lawyers for, different type of like criminal. If you gotta talk about anything criminal, or what I'm saying, definitely
Build this credit, baby.
that part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That part.
We need that.
And man,
part.
definitely Mr. Doc, you know what I'm saying? We about to do some stuff in the community, y'all. Y'all definitely need to show up for that.
Yeah. I know about that credit a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? Some relationship building, networking,
Okay.
partnerships, you know what I'm saying? Investments, insurance. So, Doc is around the board with this thing, man. But when we get time, man, we'll bust all that open. You feel me?
Listen, we have some classes. I'm saying to you.
Yeah.
Hey, forget your name, your credit. That's all that matters.
Well, that part. If you ain't got credit, you ain't got shit. I don't know
You got
what they done
nothing.
told y'all, but if
That's
you
who
ain't
you
got credit,
is. Yeah.
That's
you
who
ain't got
you
credit,
is.
you ain't got shit. I don't care what they tell you. What your mama and them said. You need your credit.
Mama and them. Yeah.
That part right there. So, hey, this is a good show, y'all. Shorty Likes a Podcast, yo. We coming back, yo. We know we was out for a little bit, getting a little rest up, and everybody come hard and smack y'all timeline hard.
Yeah.
Big time. Anyone's got to say something before we out of here?
It's good to be back, y'all. I missed y'all. I know a couple of y'all probably missed me,
Yeah.
But
I
at
feel
the end of the day,
like a rapper, man, making my debut out of here. You know what I'm saying? Night bright, blessing my dog Shorty. You heard me?
You feel me? Yeah. But we coming back,
y'all.
Every Monday, y'all. We right now we're gonna be once a week, but I will be throwing them reels out there. But every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern time, 7 p.m. Central time, y'all definitely check in, like, share, comment, and talk about it with your friends.
Already.
Tell about it. We out of here, y'all.